All right, what's up, everybody? We are on season 2, episode 4 of Dark, which is called The Travelers. Every single time when I get started here to watch a new episode of the show, I get super excited. At the same time, it's like a little daunting because I know. I mean, I have to literally prepare myself here for a good half hour, sort of watching back the previous episode and catching myself back up to speed on everything that's going on. Because, of course, they switch between these characters so fast, and it's always these small scenes that you get of a lot of context that you have to keep in the back of your head, and it's fantastic. Of course, I mean this is why I absolutely love the show. But yeah, things definitely aren't getting any easier. With all the teasing that they're doing. Eh, like the overarching thoughts. Well, what I was mostly thinking about, I guess, that I didn't really get to touch upon is how we saw in last episode that Claudia, the old version, right, the oldest, to clarify, but like she got killed by Noah, but she was prepared for it. That's the thing. I talked about Claudia herself playing a much larger game here, and it's very interesting because what I figured now is like, okay, Claudia already talked about, well, you can't really kill me even if you do, because I still continue to exist, and we know that there is still, a previous version. It's kind of what I talked about, like, it's weird, right? You can't really die knowing that there's still always going to be that previous version of yourself living on anyway. So technically, you're always alive. But yeah, then again, those old versions aren't necessarily conscious, of course, of what the previous versions are feeling. I don't know if I'm even making sense anymore, but let me just not stray off topic here. She's playing a larger game, but then at the same time, I question, with all the setting up that she's been doing herself, talking to younger Claudia, not the youngest version, but the in-between version, 1986 version, CEO of the power plant version Claudia, right? She was preparing her for everything that's coming, and we saw, that version of Claudia going to the future now, where she could already see her own daughter, Regina, who had cancer and everything, right? And we saw that, she was having hair loss and all that stuff. And it hit her in a certain way because this was the first time, clearly, that she saw how the future was going to play out. But still, what I find fascinating is that, well, the conclusion that I drew in my head is that, okay, she's preparing that Claudia to now do whatever the hell she's planning, right? So she was ready to be killed there on the spot by Noah. Then again, it's strange because again, all of this is technically already set in stone. That old version of Claudia couldn't exist if it wasn't for the younger version, right? So how does that work? Like, we're still at this point, I feel, we're trying to break the cycle in a way, right? Because technically, again, all these old versions that we're seeing couldn't have existed if it wasn't for the actions that all the younger versions made in the first place. So this is why I'm a little bit confused. The same thing goes obviously with the apocalypse that we're building up towards, right? I mean, technically, it's already happened. Like, we know that there's going to be that timeline in 2052 or 3, whatever it is, where the apocalypse has happened. And Jonas is still there because he time traveled. And then the only person that seems to have made it is Elizabeth, oddly enough. Like, I wonder what the deal with that is, right? So, still, are we finally going to try and, do something here that's going to actually change the canon for once? Because that'll be the interesting thing to find out, right? There's lots of other stuff going on at the moment as far as especially Noah and Agnes goes, which is fascinating. Agnes at first sort of trying to get on good terms with Noah again, who is of course her brother, right? And they are related to Ulrich then. But yeah, what's the deal with that? Was she really trying to get on his good side? I question, because then later on we saw in a scene that she already had a newspaper that said that old Claudia had been found dead. So it's almost like Claudia was trying to prove that to her, that this was going to happen or something. And so she is still actually on Claudia's side, apparently. That's kind of what I was thinking, right? But at the same time, we're seeing Noah desert his, desert from Adam, I guess, right? Because he was not telling him that he found the pages. And that's the other thing. He found the pages, the missing pages, which somehow were apparently talking about Charlotte. And it hit him in a certain way. And I'm like, why would that hit you? Since when are you related to Charlotte too? Or what's Charlotte to you that we don't know about right now? Fascinating stuff. I mean, we did see Charlotte talk about a family, but I'm not sure at this point now anymore if we found out more about that yet. I don't really think so. So what? Is Charlotte going to be related to them as well? Are actually, and this is maybe actually, now that I think about it, are all these families technically related to each other? Is it really, it's one big family that I guess we're kind of dealing with, right? That must be what sort of the ultimate conclusion is going to work up towards, or maybe we're already going to be working up to that relatively soon. Because for a story that's about everything is connected, yeah, of course, then all the families are going to be connected too. But we've seen those connections already from pretty early on with Mikkel, of course, right? Where Jonas realized, oh shit, that actually makes me related to to the Nielsen family. Yeah, and so, you know, him like being together with Martha and everything, that was a very awkward thought, I guess, in his head at that point. So all these families must be related in some way. So I guess that Charlotte is actually going to be related to Noah, perhaps then too, more directly, let's say. But yeah, dude, it's fascinating stuff. There was something else that I was going to talk about still, and I'm already forgetting about it right now on the spot. There's so much going on in this show, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there for now, I guess. I'm just super excited to dive in, and you know, I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about when this episode ends. But guys, of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Dark, then you can already watch the next 8 episodes straight away over on my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. So over there, we'll already be well on the way with season 3, and we should be pretty close, I guess, you know, to wrapping up the show now already, which is going to be, yeah, a little sad for me to think about already because it's so damn good. I think we're about halfway through now officially, so we're really making progress, but then again, we still have a bit to go. So I'm excited. Yeah, go and check out the Patreon. Your support is very much appreciated. It allows me to make these videos in the first place. Full-length reactions will be up there too if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. And then with that being said, let's get into episode 4 of season 2 of Dark. Holy shit. Whoa, what happened? Oh, wait, yeah, we saw him step into that... Man, that was, I think, 2 episodes back by now, right? We saw him step into the portal. Is this where he ended up? Damn, almost had his throat slit. I wonder what time period we're in.
Hey.
Oh, I think this is like 1921. They seem to be wearing those same clothes, kind of, that we saw Noah wear.
Könnte was zu essen vertragen.
Das passt schon, danke.
Unsinn. Diana hat ein Herz für so welche wie dich. Komm.
I don't know if you want to go along with these guys. Yeah, no, this is definitely... I can only imagine it's going to be like 1920, like I said. Though it could be even earlier than that. This is giving me some Red Dead Redemption vibes. I think that's 1899. Man. Yeah, this is a very different version of Winden, alright?
Agnes, geh und sag Erna Bescheid.
Oh,
Mal auf.
yeah, so 1921 it is.
Wo warst du stationiert?
Ostfront.
Arbeitslager.
Das sind keine Menschen da. Wir hätten den Krieg gewinnen sollen.
Sag deinem Bruder, er soll die Kammer herrichten. Aber nur für ein paar Tage. Bis du auf die Beine kommst.
A brother, yeah, so that's gonna be Noah.
Eigenartig. Aber welches Jahr haben wir?
Oh shit. Wow. Should he not have been able to figure from his surroundings a little?
1921.
Damn. It's like he wasn't even really prepared, I guess, for that answer, but at the same time, we knew that he was working up towards this the whole time. I guess he just didn't even know himself what the outcome was gonna be, really. Three more days, guys, working up to the season finale. He was dreaming this, right? Because this hasn't even happened. Oh, God. The cycle continues. Have we even seen her yet this whole season? Yeah, she must be devastated with him going missing now.
Was hat sie denn?
Das hat sie nicht gesagt.
Moment mal.
Charlotte is going on her own again.
Sie sind Herr Wöller, richtig?
Ja?
Dann haben wir heute das Vergnügen. Sie haben noch ein Auto. Wunderbar.
Even Willer here was not he was not excited to start cooperating with this one. So interesting. Everybody hates him. I kind of like him. But maybe they know something I don't. I think he's just a hard ass, to be honest, and that's it. For them at least. Dude, so fantastic. He still has the same habit of smelling and seeing if it's out of date or not. Ah, man, I fucking love it. That's literally a callback to like first scene pretty much of the first episode. It's very relatable for me because, you know, we get the same issue here because my mom never throws shit away.
Wer ist das?
Das ist kompliziert.
Mama, warum hast du das?
Soll ich uns was zum Frühstück machen?
Okay, she's starting to go on her own here as well. Not even cluing Jonas in about it.
Martha. Franziska.
Was du hier willst.
Wir müssen reden. Bin ich jetzt der Babysitter, während ihr herummacht, oder was?
Warum hast denn du die überhaupt mitgebracht?
Meine Eltern sind seit 2 Tagen gar nicht mehr zu Hause. Kann sie doch nicht einfach allein lassen.
I guess the new squad is being formed here.
So komisch.
Why is everyone acting so weird? Yeah, because some people here know something that you don't. Yeah, all of them are technically out of the loop still, right?
Endlich rausfinden, was Sache ist.
Willst du jetzt in die Höhlen gehen, oder was?
Shit, man. It's kind of insane how it all turned into this public secret that, you know, so many people know about, yet still it's not out there. Yeah, I guess they're all sort of gonna find out on the last day and then the apocalypse happens or something.
Wer bist du?
Die Leute sagen, dass Erna zu keinem streunenden Hund Nein sagen kann. Ich hatte dich mir anders vorgestellt.
See, I also wonder what Jonas' whole lifespan has looked like for him to become the Jonas that we, you know, see with Hannah now. Clearly that means that he can't really be killed there, for example, by Noah. Yeah, I actually think that right now is where everything was created. That's where you're at right now, probably. So this is going to be an important time period to be in.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich bin auf der Suche nach jemandem. Sie hat hier früher gearbeitet. Ist schon eine Weile her. Tiedemann. Claudia Tiedemann.
What?
Wissen Sie, wo ich sie finden kann?
Also
Yeah, that's you.
Einen Tiedemann, Alexander Tiedemann, der leitet das Werk.
Yeah, but this is in the future. Yeah, 2019.
Alexander Tiedemann.
20. She's like, wow, Alexander became the CEO.
Ist heute noch verschlossen.
Wissen Sie, was ich merkwürdig finde?
Jeder, der hier geboren wurde, bleibt. Ist doch seltsam für eine Stadt von dieser Größe.
Das AKW hat immer gut für die Menschen gesorgt. Es gibt Arbeit, Wohlstand, Sicherheit.
He's just checking his laptop.
Sie sind 86 nach Winden gekommen. Zu derselben Zeit, als der Junge verschwunden ist. Mats Nielsen. Der Bruder von Ulrich Nielsen.
Was spielt das für eine Rolle?
This guy is smart, dude. Like, you can tell. What?
Wahrscheinlich keine.
Oh man, he's intimidating everybody around him. You gotta fucking love it.
Eine Frage noch. Warum haben Sie den Namen Ihrer Frau angenommen?
Die Tiedemanns haben diese Stadt geprägt. Besonders Reginas Mutter. Regina hat keine Geschwister. Wir wollten den Namen am Leben erhalten.
Wie ist Ihr richtiger Name?
Köhler. Alexander Köhler.
Was that the fake identity? I think it was, right? He's like, we're gonna research that one.
Wer ist der Nächste auf der Liste? Herr Wöller.
Hannah Kahnwald.
Ooh. What? How is he aware that he can intimidate him like that? Did we know that? Damn, I can't even remember now. Did he have something already that... Yeah, he was trying to make him scared. Like, oh, we're gonna talk to Hannah next and she knows. That's crazy.
Du erpresst jemanden. Wer bist du eigentlich?
Wer ich bin. Wer bist du?
I guess Jonas never really realized that side of his mother, huh?
Es tut mir leid. Aber wir müssen es jemandem erzählen.
Man, she's really starting to make her own choices.
Ich weiß, das macht alles überhaupt keinen Sinn, aber...
Oh,
das ist
shit.
Jonas, er ist viel älter und er weiß, wo mein Jonas ist und er weiß auch, wo Ulrich ist.
Oh, shit.
Du bist der Mann aus dem Hotel, von dem Regina erzählt hat. Wer sind diese Menschen?
The photograph? Yeah.
Der Mann hier, der Priester. Weißt du, wer das ist?
Das ist nur
Yeah, you got your pocket watch from him.
zu Sigmundus,
Sigmundus.
zu den Reisenden.
Den Reisenden? Sigmundus Creatus est? Es gibt da etwas, das ihr beide sehen solltet.
What is she gonna show them now? Oh man, I constantly have to think like, wait, what did this character know again? Again, it's like catching yourself back up to speed every single time. Yeah, you... Oh, is that why you're not going with them, Elizabeth, or what? It's interesting because she's going to be the only one making it out alive of the apocalypse. Assuming that stays canon. Well, unless there's characters here who we just haven't seen yet in that time period, right? But I doubt it.
Entschuldigen Sie, ich interessiere mich für die Stadtgeschichte. Wo kann ich Artikel und Veröffentlichungen der letzten 30 Jahre finden?
Das ist alles digitalisiert.
What? Shit, now I need to buy myself a smartphone. Yeah, you're gonna need a guide with you right now. So this is a touchscreen. God, I mean, but imagine that, right? Like, imagine just being able to go into the future 30 years and how completely out of the loop you would be. It's like, how the hell do I turn this thing on? To be honest, I wouldn't know either.
Entschuldigung. Wo ist denn die Tastatur?
Gibt's nicht.
Well, you could have at least helped her out and told her you can press it. Yeah, there we go. This is great. Hard presses. Typical for people who don't understand that you don't have to do it like that. Disappears without a trace, yeah. They never found her back again after that. That's actually crazy.
Ihr Mann hat sich letztes Jahr umgebracht. Sie aufgehängt. Es gab Gerüchte, dass sie eine Affäre hat mit Ulrich Nielsen. Wie kommt man zu seinem Posten? Sonderkommission. Haben Sie sich das freiwillig ausgesucht?
Oh ja. Das habe ich.
Could this guy somehow be a different character we don't know about? I mean, that means that he'd have to be somebody young from 1986, but it's probably doubtful.
Sie hat Ronte und mir gesagt, was wir machen müssen. Claudia Tiedemann. Sie kannte die genauen Zeiten und wann das passiert.
Damn, I love how they're all teaming up.
Ihr habt das alles gewusst? Michael, Mikkel, Ulrich. Habt ihr alles gewusst?
Not too long, though. Well, I mean, quite some months passed, of course.
Da steht alles drin. Über die Kinder. Wer verschwunden ist, wann. Die letzten Seiten wurden rausgerissen.
Yeah, so we're really getting a grown-up theme here and a kids theme, right? And the kids theme is still trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and the grown-ups are just trying to figure out what do we do now. Oh yeah, the hotel is closed already. Egon, I guess she's gonna... Yeah, I guess Egon died when she had gone missing then, right? Found dead in his apartment. Did he just end himself before it could get worse or something, or... Honestly though, her going missing must have been something I feel that should have already showed up like earlier or something, right? Like that's another suspicious thing that happened in this town. It wasn't just Mads going missing. Like, when you think about it, a lot of weird shit has been going on in this town for a while already. They never really brought that up early on, I guess, right?
Wohin fahren wir, Charlotte?
Damn, man, that look.
Sag mir, jetzt wollen wir fahren.
Utterly destroyed. That's what that tells you.
Habt ihr sie gefunden?
You wish, but...
Ihr habt sie gefunden.
Well, don't hype it up like that now.
Wir haben sie gefunden. Beide. Sie sind nicht tot. Sie leben.
Yeah, that just in a different time
Aber sie
period.
sind nicht hier.
Yeah. Man, this is about to be a reality check, dude. Showing her the newspapers. Show her the class photos while you're at it.
Was macht ihn hier?
Oh.
Was soll das, Charlotte?
Hey, that's your future daughter-in-law.
Eine Art Riss in der Zeit.
Wollt ihr mich verarschen?
We wish. This would have been my reaction too, though, if I hadn't been watching this show now for 12 episodes or something.
Katharina, es stimmt, was sie sagt.
Du hältst deine Fresse. Keiner hat dich um deine Meinung gebeten.
Charlotte hat recht.
Who are you?
Noch einer. Wer bist denn du? Bist du ihr Neuer?
Ich bin Jonas. Sohn und dann Enkel.
Yeah, this is as crazy as it sounds. Oh, man. It wasn't just her husband that slept with Hannah, but her son as well. This is so fucked up. Oh, boy.
Was ist das?
Da ist wer. Los. Los.
What? Somebody's approaching. Ah! Of course.
Was machst du hier? Was soll die Scheiße?
Yeah, what has he been up to all this time?
Ich kann's einfach nicht fassen, dass ihr ihm diese ganze Scheiße abnehmt. Was willst denn du? Hä? Willst du Geld? Kannst du mit Toten reden? Ja?
Katharina? Ich war da. Ich habe ihn gesehen. Mikkel.
Honestly, you should just stay the fuck away from her, because it's like, yeah, then again, I mean, you can literally see Ulrich there on the newspaper and everything, right? It's like, how the hell do you get a piece of newspaper with Ulrich on it? I guess she thinks he he photoshopped it all or something. Just trying to extort them for some money. I mean, it is all obviously, yeah, very ridiculous for realistic standards. But hey, maybe it's actually real in our world too, who knows? But I feel like this is not going to be working yet. See, I bet there's not going to be any pressure. Yeah, they built it without there actually being the wormhole yet. Oh, wait, so is Jonas doomed to stay here until he gets old and stuff and when it's created? Or was the wormhole created already in this time? I don't think so, though, because the power plant was involved, right? Yeah, no, I think they purposefully built it here already in advance. But it wasn't until 53 that the wormhole got created or something. Yeah, would the wormhole basically have been like a mirror that you're walking into? I guess so, right? Oh my god, they're locking up they're tying Bartos up. Elizabeth is not cool with how they're all dealing with this. Oh, he had it.
Was machen wir denn jetzt?
Das packen wir ein.
Und den?
Den lassen wir hier. Dann ändert er vielleicht seine Meinung.
Scheiße.
I mean, maybe leave at least a bottle of water.
Magnus! Hey! Magnus! Magnus!
Yeah, it's a little fucked up.
Wir haben eine menschenfressende Höhle. Ein Atomkraftwerk, dessen Chef offensichtlich etwas verheimlicht. Eine Kommissarin, die abgetaucht ist. Und wir haben eine Stadt voller Menschen, die sich belügen, betrügen und hintergehen.
See, I like this guy, man. He's just figuring it out on his own. Props to him.
Was ist eigentlich mit ihrem Auge passiert?
Okay. Aber Sie dürfen das niemandem weitererzählen. Letzten Sommer ist folgendes...
Holy shit! Wait, what happened with him in last summer with his eye? That could actually be pretty crucial to the whole thing. I feel like that's gonna be a puzzle piece. Good job, Claudia. Yeah, she looks dressed like she doesn't belong here. Oh, at this point there is so much weird shit happening in the town. She's gonna see that picture of Mikkel. She's gonna see it. She's gonna check his grades. There he is. Insane, right? Yeah, I mean, how would that even make you feel? Like, are you still gonna feel relieved? No, you can't really feel relieved. You're just gonna be in panic mode, because it's like at that point, what does the future look like anymore?
Es wird noch fast 32 Jahre dauern, bis sie sich öffnet.
Du weißt also davon.
Aber natürlich.
Sie warten auf dich.
Wer wartet auf mich?
Sigmundus. Du willst doch nach Hause. Das sagen sie jedenfalls.
Wer ist sie? Die Reisende.
So the whole organization is called the Travelers then, right? So I'm guessing Jonas is about to have a conversation with Adam soon enough. But that makes them all part of the Travelers now too, doesn't it? I want to see that picture again. What if the picture actually shows them?
Hat gesagt, es gibt ein Schlupfloch.
Wer?
Adam,
Wer ist Adam?
der Anführer von Sigmundus. Er will, dass der letzte Zyklus beginnt. In 3 Tagen. Ich muss ihn stoppen.
We've heard that before.
Sie hat's versucht. Aber am Ende ist sie genau das geworden, was sie bekämpfen wollte.
Are we sure about that? I don't know. I feel like Claudia was on the right path. I think he just never realized it. I could be wrong though. Again, it's still a little hard to tell.
Du bist einer von ihnen. Ein Reisender.
Noch nicht. Aber das werde ich bald.
I mean, aren't you too, Jonas? Oh, is this gonna be Adam? Wait, is this Noah? Oh my god, okay, yeah, it's just older Noah. Crazy.
Meine Bekanntschaft hast du ja schon gemacht.
AKA alter ego. Man, they better be coming back for Bartos within 4 days. Man needs some water. Is she gonna tell them? They're still home alone. So sad, man. I get that they wouldn't want to panic their kids, but at this point, you know, it's just confronting them with reality, man. Okay, we're going to some secret basement. That's only a little scary. Wait, what? She traveled back? Oh, dude, this is about to be insane. Why would Noah even tell him about all of this? Clearly because he wants him to be part of the plan, I guess. Ah, so cool, dude. The carvings, just like, you know, the setting in this show is so well thought out and cool, man. Yeah, he did just get those pages, man. Is he about to, like, try and change himself? That's kind of impossible, right?
Was wird als nächstes passieren?
Adam wird ihn auf den Weg schicken, der für ihn vorbestimmt ist. Damit der letzte Zyklus beginnen kann.
He's struggling. Yeah, again, he wasn't really on Adam's side anymore after finding out all of this, though. We saw that in the last episode, so I wonder what's changed in his approach to any of this. His dealing with Jonas here.
Du hast sicherlich viele Fragen. Das Reisen geht nicht spurlos an einem vorbei. Der menschliche Körper ist auf Dauer nicht dafür geschaffen.
Is that why he himself is so damaged?
Wollen wir anfangen?
Ich will mit überhaupt nichts anfangen. Ich will, dass es hier endlich aufhört. Alles.
Keine Sorge, es wird ein Ende finden.
Wer sind Sie?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do we kind of know him?
Kannst du dir das nicht denken?
Don't leave me hanging here. Don't do this. Is Jonas realizing it? What? Is Jonas himself?
Ich bin du.
That's the second time they're pulling this on me.
Jeder Stein ist wieder da, wo er hingehört. Jeder an seinem Bestimmungsort. Jetzt fehlt nur noch ein kleiner Schubs.
Oh man, what a fucking episode. Next, guys, come on! I just want to watch the next episode. This is too good, dude. And oh my god, I hate how they got me a second time. You know, I already was baffled by the revelation that the stranger, I guess, back in season 1 as we knew him turned out to be Jonas, and now literally it's the same revelation once again with Adam. And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Jonas basically has been our sort of protagonist from the start, right? It kind of all started with him. Like, it's literally what the show began with, you know, Michael committing suicide and then Jonas waking up from his dream. But ever since, it's like Jonas kind of was always sort of a primary focus, right? I feel like Ulrich definitely was sort of those were the two main characters the way I looked at it, right? As far as who got the most screen time. That's kind of switched around now. Like Ulrich, we don't even see him that much anymore, sadly, because I really like Ulrich as a character. But that's the thing, like I realized that as soon as we understood that Ulrich never left from 1953, it's like, shit, that means that he can't come back in 2020 anymore. And it kind of sucks, right? It's like you want to see him back in that time period, but you know it's just not going to be possible anymore, at least not in the current circumstances of things. And that's the fantastic part of the show, is that you can already rule out particular events from happening. Just because you know, once again, that like, okay, they can't come back. So it's literally not going to be possible until something happens like that actually changes this whole thing up. And I can't make it any more concrete than that, but I guess you all understand what I mean. It's even what I started thinking about now. It's like, okay, so we're all waiting for this apocalypse to happen, but the apocalypse doesn't even necessarily end things either, because we can already see the time period after the apocalypse. That's the crazy thing. We can see it 2052 or 53 now, where, you know, like, Elizabeth is still there, like I said, but she seems to be sort of the sole survivor from everything, which is strange. Like, what did she do? Did she hide in a certain bunker? Or I don't know what happened exactly. But, I mean, maybe it did actually end things, because basically everybody seems to have sort of died. And, there is no real wormholes anymore and stuff, right? But simultaneously, Jonas finds himself in that time period trying to bring it all back then now, which is fascinating, because it's like, okay, what was he doing here in the first place? Now it turns out he was leading the whole Sigmundus cult, who, as far as I'm aware, well, I still don't really understand, but like created the whole wormhole in the first place, right? So he creates it, and then he is at the same time trying to be the one ending it, but it gets so confusing, because it's like, okay, through this experience now, Jonas has already seen that he himself is the cult leader, you know, is Adam, but then his more future self in 2020 right now is still trying to fix everything, seemingly, or does he have a different agenda? Is he secretly thinking about all of this, knowing that, like, okay, he's not really on the same side as all these characters, or is he? It gets so ridiculously confusing, dude. I don't even know what to think anymore at this point, and yeah, again, I'm just kind of baffled, guys. Like, I record these reviews without doing any cutting, and I record them all off the cuff, right? And it's like, the show has become too complex to talk about any of that without having to constantly go back in my mind first of like, what's everything we know? I gotta lay it all out on the table for every character, step by step, just to be able to even reach certain conclusions. And it's just too difficult, right? At the same time, I feel like I don't even necessarily want to do any of that, because at that point, maybe I could have actually figured out that Adam was Jonas. Perhaps. Like, I feel like, but that's easy to say in hindsight. I feel like you could have thought about this. But I notice that in general about myself. I'm not really that great at thinking ahead like that, and even figuring out like, oh, what could the possibilities be as far as who this is, right? Like, those are things that I don't even really think about in a moment. I know there's other reactors that do very much do that kind of stuff, and I'm always sort of jealous of them for even being able to do that. For me, it's more like I watch the scenes one by one, and I think I can very easily tell, like, oh, this is important. Like, what they're doing here is definitely something I gotta keep in the back of my head. But then at the same time, I do that, yet I can't think ahead to understand, like, what could the importance of it actually be, right? That being said, one more thing that I wanted to touch on in this episode that I do very much love is the dynamic here between the grown-ups who have figured it out and are now trying to steer their way through without going in complete panic mode, I guess. And then the kids who are still there in the process of trying to figure it out and trying to understand what their parents are hiding from them. And it's the same thing that we see with the police guy who, again, really like his character. He sees something is going on. He's very much aware and he's super smart. I love it. But yeah, at the same time, he's still putting the puzzle pieces together. And that's the thing. It's like we're seeing more and more that now this situation is playing out the way I had always been anticipating it. It's like I told you all, man, I really wonder what's going to happen the moment that this whole town finds out what's actually going on. Because they must be going absolutely nuts when that happens. And what we are seeing now is that the town technically still doesn't know, but a lot of people are starting to find out the secret. And they're all sort of keeping it to themselves, right? So it's not public. It's not out there, but it's sort of a public secret in a small circle, if that makes sense. Which is great. But now, like, the number of strange situations happening, therefore, they're only getting weirder and weirder and weirder, but it can't really get out of hand anymore. I mean, maybe everybody does find out literally at the final day, yeah, and then the apocalypse happens anyway. So we're never going to see the town have to live with that knowledge for too long. You get what I'm saying? So on one hand, I'm a little bit sad about that, but on the other hand, it makes a lot of sense too. And yeah, I think the main thing on my mind right now is simply that apocalypse then that is going to be imminent and what that will mean. And, you know, like, I think we already know what it means actually, but still, it seems like some of these characters are trying to have something else happen, right? Or what's the deal with it? And what's the deal with Jonas then hoping, like, on one hand, he's hoping for the apocalypse to happen, and they're talking about the next cycle, this and that. On the other hand, we see a Jonas in the future that's still trying to undo it. Or was he? Is that what it is? Like, he was trying to undo it, but then, of course, now he's going back to Sigmundus, and he realizes, like, oh, I was wrong all this time, so he doesn't even want to undo it anymore, right? I guess that's what it is. But then still, everything keeps looping back to itself in a way where the eventual outcome can't be changed. And, you know, yeah, so like, are we still going to try to change it? Is it still going to be able to be prevented? I don't even know what to think, anymore at this point. So this episode, though, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to Season 2, Episode 4 of Dark. If you did, then of course the next 8 episodes will already be available over on my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Over there, we'll be well on the way with Season 3. Full-length reactions will be up there too. Your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. And then with that being said, I want to thank you all a lot for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.